Well, welcome back, Andy. This time, could we just go a little bit deeper on the marketing mix, and if we talk maybe local, national and international, your thoughts there, Andy?
Yeah, well, started with an easy one there, Wayne. So it's an interesting conversation, I think, now, looking at the aspects of kind of regional or area focus with the marketing mix. You know, there was a bit of a saying in past years that local buys local and things like that.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I don't really think that's very true anymore. And the more that we have some really exceptional market forces in play, particularly in the Auckland market within real estate at the moment, the more that we have a really sort of broad spectrum adoption of online environments and things like that, and the more that we simply have a greater movement of bodies internationally, it's really important to make sure that there is an aspect of coverage of those facets of marketing within the marketing mix.
Getting wider, so a vendor now is not just advertising in their neighbourhood or within their local area, it's wider now, yeah?
I think it's not just wider. You know, the aspects of sort of fairly localised or geocentric targeting, as we would call it.
Yep.
They're still very important,
Okay.
but I think it's equally as important to make sure that you are getting a reasonable amount of coverage within differentiated environments from a national perspective,
Yep.
and also from an international perspective. So, I mean, one of the great things about a greater adoption of online environments is that they do, in most cases, give you an aspect of international coverage through just a certain percentage of audience that would be coming from international markets.
Yep.
You know, so I know within a lot of the online environments that we utilise for real estate at the Herald, we have anywhere between sort of 28 to 31% international audience within those environments.
Those are big numbers.
It really is.
Yeah.
And we've got some great anecdotal examples from people within the industry saying how you know, someone that had seen a property or a proposition in that environment that they weren't looking at before. We are increasingly dealing with some very sort of specific targeting around international markets as well. You know, we've talked before about the fact that some of the Asian markets are dropping in terms of online traffic.
Yep.
But the UK, the US, Canada, Hong Kong, in particular within those Asian markets, that is still very strong. Australia as well. You know, we do now utilise a lot of very sort of targeted marketing towards those markets, whether it's tailored specifically to the proposition or it's a sort of a standard facet of the marketing mix. Beyond that, I think particularly with the kind of real estate environment we have within New Zealand now, it's really, really important that people have an eye on what kind of coverage they're getting nationally through the various channels that you're utilising within the marketing mix anyway. Whether that's a print channel, whether that's an online channel, or whether or not it's utilising some pre-existing networks or tailored networks that the agent that you're using has themselves.
To put it in. Fantastic, thank you. It's obvious you need the experts in there, and I think all our experts agree. And they're all there to look after the seller. So you've got some really good platforms there, and whether we're print, we're still recognising the online, and the online guys are still recognising the print. So you must be talking to the expert, and certainly the agent must be talking to the expert. They're there with open arms to help everybody who's involved, which is fantastic. So Andy, thank you so much. Really appreciate that.